Now, amongst the hurdlers, the one real big surprise package must be Silviniano Conti.
Yeah, I mean, very well bought by Anthony Bromley. Won 2 small races in the provinces last year, and very lean like when he came here, had lots of time. And the typical Dom Alco didn't show a massive amount at home. Seems to be the trait of them. Won nicely at Bangor, surprised us a little bit the first day, and then we were more surprised when he won as well as he did at Chepstow recently. He's got a mark of 153 off that range. That puts him up there in the very best hurdlers. Can't run in novices after the 1st of November, so he'll have to run in condition hurdle races over 2.5. And the obvious race for him is at Ascot on November the 20th, so that's where he'll go next.
Now, must have been good to see Escort Men win the big 4-year-old hurdle at Chepstow, because it would have told you that his big win in the spring was no fluke.
Yeah, it was a bit of a surprise because I thought he'd need the run. I just felt if he had performed very well that day and been well beat, you'd have gone chasing. If he needed the run, finished 3rd or 4th, went great, we'd have improved. But to win, needing the run was good. And I don't know where he'll go now. I'm just I think a race will suit him with the Christmas hurdle at Kempton Boxing Day, and that might even be his next run.
Now, Sanctuaire looked in really good form this morning on the gallops. What news of him?
Yeah, he's good. He's running in the Greatwood Hurdle. That's always been his aim since he came in. Last year I had all sorts of little physical, mental problems getting him right, but he's turned the corner now, and very, very happy with him. And again, by running him in the Greatwood, we'll know where we go. Do we carry on down the hurdling route and try and win some nice hurdle races, or do we go chasing? So that run will tell us a lot.
I remember you saying at the end of last season that the job was going to be to get the horse to settle better at home. Are you pleased with what you've seen so far?
Yeah, I mean last year, he couldn't do 3 times up the hill. He would just, on the 3rd time, he stopped the walk halfway up. He put too much into it. Now he does 3 every day, which is an indication how much stronger and how much mentally he's matured. He still will need to be held up in a fast run race, and the better the race, the probably better he'll be. But he's a much stronger horse, and very, very happy with him at home. Got to do it on the track.
Now, Tito Bastillo was one of the good novice hurdlers last season, so what plans for him in his second season?
Had a breathing up in the summer. I think his breathing was just troubling him a bit last year, especially in the spring. He runs now in the elite hurdle at Wincanton, first time. Could even run in the Greatwood as well. But, I think the plan at the moment is to stay hurdling and try and win a nice hurdle race with him somewhere.
Well, he's done well, hasn't he?
Now, among the crop of novice hurdlers, Alfaroff obviously must be one of the big hopes after his second in the bumper, which would make him one of the best bumper horses you've had here.
Yeah, it is. Second to Q Card, who looks very, very smart. This horse has won a point to point. He's obviously a stayer. Could improve enormously. He's by Dom Alco, which is a positive, and he's going to run on the Sunday at the Paddy Power meeting over 2 mile 5. I mean, it sounds like we might be taking on Q Card there, but I'm not too worried about that. And Q Card is obviously very, very smart, but I think this horse is going to be smart and will improve during the season.
Now, Tobab, he's a maiden, but his 2 runs were both in pretty hot company in the spring, weren't they?
Yeah, he took a while to come to hand, which is a little bit of a trait of him now, but we're way more forward than last year. Had a run round Taunton because he was very keen, knew he'd improve, was second to Soldatino at Kempton, and then was 4th in the Swinton. Put him away. He's a lovely summer, and I'm trying to have him ready, and he should be ready to run in a novice hurdle at Newbury on Hennessy Day, and then hopefully run in all the good novice hurdles.
Now, Mr. Hudson hasn't done too much wrong, come from the point-to-point field and made all in his bumper.
Yeah, he did. He won a May bumper at Newton Abbot, so probably wasn't the strongest time of year. Won a point-to-point at Larkley, jumps and gallops, and hopefully win some novice hurdles before making a nice chaser one day.
Now, Rangya Toto was very promising, very impressive in his early point-to-point in Ireland, but presumably until you've run him, you wouldn't have too much idea of the scope of his ability this season.
There's a number of those horses we've got that were successful point-to-pointers, and they have all sorts of different varying reputations, but until they run you don't really know what you've got. He will be a great chaser in time, but at the moment I don't know until I run him what we've got.
Similarly, Manila Stars, another promising ex-price point-to-pointer.
He's very much a slower horse, staying chaser. Again, he's won 2 from 3 runs. Could be anything, but until he runs I'm not going to know. They're all potential chasers that we won't be hard on. They will need time.
Now, Son of Vic is a novice hurdler, and the family well, being related to 1833 and Forest Pennant.
Yeah, good family. He's a full brother to 1833, so he seems to follow the same traits. He's quite immature. He won the point-to-point. Probably should have won 2. Fell on his second, just the same as 1833 did. And we're going to run him in a maiden hurdle at Chepstow and go low-key with him. Again, you won't see the best of him till he jumps the fence.